Hi guys, welcome to Chakra Sessions. I'm your host, Polly Jo LeBay, and today we are talking about connecting with our angels. I'm very excited about this healing, this connection, because it's one that's so wonderful and so beautiful this time of the season. Hanukkah started and Christmas is around the corner. So many people are connected to their angels and their guides, and we're really in a lot of love energy. And so when we're in that space, it's even easier for us to connect to our angelic team. So I just want to give a shout out to Star Nations, because this is a Star Nations radio broadcast, and I feel honored to be one of their show hosts, and as well to Be Live TV, who creates the platform for us to be able to get these broadcasts out to you in such an easy and beautiful format. So thanks, guys. So I'm going to give a little time for people to begin to show up, because I know it takes a little while for everything to kind of click in and for things to appear. So I'm just going to write quickly. Give me just a quick second, because I'm one of those people who needs help with typing. And so today it's all about connect to your angels. That's what we're all about today. So I'm very excited about that, because many people think that they only have like one guardian angel, or that, you know, the angels only show up when we pray to them. But your angelic team, because you have a team, is always around you. And all you have to do is ask, and they're right there for you. And they can create some wonderful miracles. And they've been hard at work already for me today, which is really cool. Whenever I do healing classes with the angels, they get really excited. So I get showered with gifts in a different type of way. So today's gifts so far have been really interesting. It started with, believe it or not, me heading to the dentist. I started this morning heading to the dentist. Oh, interesting. I'm not seeing my comments. So let me see if I can click on with my phone so that I can actually read the comments. Which I got to be careful, because I don't want to hear myself. It started with, there we go. All right. Good morning to Christine and Robin and Cindy Lynn and Jackie. I'll keep poking my head down, because for whatever reason, you know, we are in Mercury retrograde, so the comments aren't showing up on my feed like they normally would. But thank you guys for checking in. Glad to see you are here. So as we connect to our angels, like I said, these magical things can happen. And so they've already started. I was on my way to the dentist this morning for, you know, your routine checkup and cleaning. And I love the fact that my sweet little car, you know, all the messages come through the phone. So I can talk to text, and it just sends it back to people. So it started with me being able to check in with my husband to make sure that he has the proper hardware, because we got a brand new sign. One of my students at Trinity School of Mystical Energy Healing, in a past life, or as a former profession, she used to be a sign painter years ago, and she offered to paint my sign. So I got a brand new sign that was taken care of. And so my husband was getting the hardware to all ready to go to put the new sign up today. And so that was exciting. And then I had a client who called to book 2 appointments with me, all while I'm on my way to the dentist. So that was an interesting thing. And then, you know, while I was at the dentist, you know, things were really good, which is nice. And there's a special head for the toothbrush that I like to get from them. It works a little better. And I got the last one, which is really cool because they run out all the time. And today my new assistant started, and she was already here and already at work when I got back. And so it's just been like one magical thing after another. You know, and we got a UPS delivery of supplies that needed to be taken care of. It's just been magical. And of course, I got the front parking space at the dentist, which may not sound hard, but it's in our downtown, in a big town in Northampton, where there's a college and everything. So sometimes parking can take you, you know, 15, 20 minutes to find parking. So I got the spot right in front. So that's the magic of like asking your angels or your guides or your team to help you out. So each chakra has an angel assigned to it. And that angel can help you work through whatever's going on in that chakra if you happen to know which chakra is up. And lots of times we don't, so we just call on our whole team and ask them to help us out. And we have angels who are, you know, clearing the pathway for us. They're removing obstacles. And my bells are ringing outside now. They are there to create relationships that we're looking for. Basically, if we have things that we're asking our team for, our angels are part of our team. And I don't always speak a lot about them because I think of my whole team, because I don't want to leave anybody out. But today is our day. With it being the holiday season, the angels are so excited because people are asking them for guidance and for help and for different things. And they're also here to help us with our healing and give us some guidance on that and some support on that. So we're actually going to create sort of our angelic totem. And so as we do our healing in a little while, we're going to see which angels are located in each one of our chakras. And it's going to be different for everybody. And you may not get a name because not all of us here. But you will get a sensation, most likely, or a color. I'm big on color. Because I'm not always good with names of people either. Like I love music and I was a dance teacher for over 30 years. And people will ask me all the time, well, who did this song? And I'm like, I don't know. I know the song clearly. I can sing all the words, but I'm terrible at remembering who the artist is. And I'm working on that. I'm asking my team to help me with my name recognition. But I don't always worry about whether I have the right name of the angel. I can just sense their presence. I can sense this blue or this pinky purple or this green presence. And I'm okay with that. But some people really like to have names. And sometimes it's archangels who are helping you, and sometimes it's not. And some of the more traditional members of the angelic realm, they may not have an actual name. They might want you to create one for them so that you can just communicate. So don't get too caught up in that. So just know that when I'm looking down, I'm checking the comments on my phone because they're not appearing on my news feed. So that's what that is. So as we go into, we get closer to winter solstice, the energy increases about the magic of the angelic realm. A lot of people have experiences with their guardian angel coming in and swooping in, not always at just this time of year, but I think people are more open and more aware of it, that magical things happen. And when you discuss the magical thing that's happening, often you're like, oh, looks like your angels were working with them. And your angels can help guide someone else to be an earth angel for you. I know that I'm an earth angel for people quite a bit because I'm open to that. So I do the nice things sometimes that they need it. Putting away the shopping cart so it doesn't damage anybody else's car, or putting money in the kettle when somebody's standing outside and they're cold and they need to feel like there's a reason that they're standing out there and trying to do something for others. So I'm always that person. Hi, Nashi, glad to see you, and Cindy Lynn and Jackie and Jacqueline. Geez, we've got quite a list going in there. I'm happy to see. So we can do little tiny things. I have, been behind somebody in the grocery store who doesn't have, the savings card, and I'll let them swipe mine so that they can save some money. That's one of my favorite things to do for somebody else, or give them the change that they're trying to dig their way through and just hand it over. Because it's a little tiny thing, but it means a lot. And to the person receiving it, and it also means a lot to the cashier who gets to see that not everybody is crabby and cranky because they're stressed out right now. So this is a time where we can really sense, feel, know that the angels are around us, that they're helping create the magic of the season. And like I said, they're with us all the time. But I think this time of year, there's so many trees that have angels hanging on them, or decorations that have angels on them, or there's shows on TV that talk about, miracles of angels, and they come into the forefront, which is really a cool thing, because as they come into the forefront, we have the opportunity to connect to our angelic team all year round. But sometimes we only think about them this time of year. It's not that they're not there, but they can be there to help. And there's a lot of healers out there who connect to particular angels when they do healing work, which is fabulous. I do that as well. But I call in all my helpers. And there are angels that are here to help you with your everyday life, not just with your healing work, which is really cool. Hi, Shelly. Nice to see you're here. Great to see you. So this is, today is all about how do we connect to our angels. So I guess the way I want, the way my team wants me to start at the moment is have people, we're going to have this a little more interactive if we can. Let me know which angels you're deeply connected to already. Because we always feel like, you work well with this angel or another. So for me, Archangel Michael has been a big part of my life ever since I was 6 for certain. I have a very clear memory. I had a near-death experience where I met him, and I met Archangel Azrael and Raphael and Gabriel. But I also work really strongly with Archangel Metatron. And it doesn't mean that I don't work with other archangels. I do. It's just those are my big ones. Gabriel helps me with my expression, my writing, and when I was choreographing and my teaching. Azrael helps me when I'm communicating with people on the other side and helping my clients with that. And Michael sort of gives me the warrior energy to, sort of battle any energy that I need to kind of give me a little bit of a sensation that someone has my back all the time. And Metatron helps me ground all the energy that likes to flow through me when I channel and when I heal. Because that can be substantial, especially when I'm working with an entire school or doing a healing meditation for hundreds of people all at once. It's helpful for me to have a little backup with Metatron. And Raphael always sends soothing, healing energy after a healing to help sort of calm and restore. But I have some other angels that help me with little things. The parking spaces and the filling my appointment calendar so that I can make sure to pay my bills on time and be able to pay people who are helping me when I want to pay them. So let me know. Cindy Lynn says Archangel Michael is a big one for her, and Jophiel. Yeah, and Neshi says Metatron for sure with the sacred geometry and Merkaba work. Absolutely. He's big with that. When I do the multidimensional quantum healing that I teach, Metatron is so pops into the school. Everybody becomes strongly connected to him by the 4th weekend of the first year. Most people connect before that, but the entire school connects that weekend. Yes, so Cindy Lynn says, I was recently told I need to work with Metatron and his cube and all that goes with it. Yes, Metatron's cube is quite helpful. Again, I teach that in the 4th weekend of my school, and how to use that in an activation mode and how to use Metatron's cube to ground and clear energy quickly. It keeps you in your body, and it really moves the energy at a more rapid pace because the horror line expands slightly to hold more energy when you invite Metatron to come in and help. Jackie says, no angels that I know by name, but White Wolf and what I call the grandmothers. Yes. And Shelley says, I need to connect with Archangel Metatron and the other angels. Yes. I connect to the goddess energy, and I connect to the God energy, and I connect to the animals. I don't ever leave any of them out, but I find some of my healer friends, they have their 4 that they call on. I call in these 4 and that's all I need. So you're not utilizing all the energy that's available to you. And the cool thing about using the angelic connection is that we can call on them for anything. And it doesn't have to just be the archangels. Like there are joy angels, that help sprinkle joy, just kind of like fairies. And they get excited when you're happy with their little miracles, and they love to talk to us through numbers. And that's why you can, when you see a pattern of numbers or repetition of numbers, you can look that up to see what the numbers mean. Some people add them up to come up with the sacred number to come up with the answer, and that works very well. You also, in this day and age, you can Google that number. And I like a woman, it comes up as Sacred Scribes. And she's a blogger, and she started her page back in like 2011, I believe. And her numbers are always accurate for me. And they have a lot more in-depth versions of all the things that a number can be. And if you get a ding, like I wonder if that means something, then it means something. I have a ritual that I do on Mondays. There's a particular game on my phone. I used to do it on my computer, a different game on my computer. But when I felt the calm come over me, when the game is done, whatever the first three numbers are in the score, I look those up and see what it means. And because it's a game with my angels, it always is exactly the message that I need for that day, for the week. And I do it on Monday so that I have it for the entire week. But I pay attention to my numbers all the time. Like right now, it's 1222. So those twos are really important. And the thing that I keep hearing is that there are a number of people who used to call on their angels who've stopped. I'm not sure why. I remember a few years ago somebody saying to me, well, the angels aren't here anymore, while one was standing right next to them that I could visibly see. And I'm not always a seer in terms of that. I feel their presence, but I could see them. And I said, well, I don't believe that's true. And if you hold the possibility that they're still here, they can still work with you. And they were adamant. Nope, the angels have gone. They've left the earth. And it was such a strange sensation. So they're still here. They haven't gone anywhere, and they are more than willing to help us. But again, we have to invite them to help us and ask for their help. So I'm excited. Let's get started on our connection meditation. So this one is going to be a little different than what we usually do for clearing. We are going to quickly balance each of the chakras to make sure they're at their fullest potential. And then we're going to hold the energy in each chakra and see who the angel is who's connected. So you may get 7, you may get 8, you may feel 3, you may feel 1. Everybody's going to have their own experience, but we're going to set the intention that you can have your angelic totem of helpers if you are open to the possibility. How does that sound? All right, so as with all clearing meditations and healings with me, you're going to hear me make some clearing noises. That's me moving the energy for the group and allowing it to ground, so we don't have to hold on to it anymore. And you want to make sure that your arms and your legs are uncrossed so that the energy can flow openly and fully. We don't want to cross any of our circuits because we don't want that energy ricocheting through our body. So get nice and comfortable. I'm going to take a quick sip of my coffee. Perfect. So begin by taking a couple of deep breaths and really come into this moment now. Really sense your breath and your heartbeat.
Yeah.
And release as many distractions as you can. And we're going to call in the divine energy however you perceive that, whether you connect to God or Goddess or Creator, all that is, oneness. Just give yourself a moment to call that energy in as close as you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to ask the divine energy to surround and protect us in a bubble of infinite love and infinite light, giving us a sacred space, a sacred container for us to do this healing connection.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we're going to call in our angels in particular. Our whole spiritual team is welcome to be present, but we are really setting the intention to connect with our angelic team and the angelic realm.
Yeah.
And we also set the intention that this healing is for the good of all and harm to none, including ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So begin by calling in the divine energy to clear and balance your crown, or invite it to open more fully, to experience and to receive.
Yeah.
And opening up our third eye.
Yeah.
And allowing our energy to clear away any distracted thoughts, ideas, beliefs, or patterns.
Yeah.
And bringing the energy into our throat. And balancing out our self-expression, our truth, our sense of who we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And opening all of our communication with the angelic realm and beyond.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then moving into the heart. Bringing the heart back into balance. Dissipating any grief or sadness that we may be holding on to.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then bringing our energy down to our third chakra, right below our belly button. Well, our rib cage, sorry. Right below the rib cage. And really bringing that beautiful yellow orb into balance. Releasing any anxiety, fear, frustration, worry that we may be holding on to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And now down to the second chakra below the belly button. Just really bringing that orange orb filled with all those juicy emotions and feelings and connections to others.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moving down to the first chakra below the tailbone and really bringing that red orb into balance.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
There we go. And really bringing our energy deep beneath the ground to connect to Grandmother Earth. And I'm going to invite in Archangel Metatron in particular to ground the energy beneath us within his sacred cube. Allowing our power line or our crystalline tube to expand and open so that we can all experience the fullness of that.
Yeah.
And we're going to now invite in our specific angelic team. We're going to first connect to that first chakra below the tailbone and ask the angel that helps us, guides us with this chakra to communicate with us through sensation, through vision, through sound. In whatever way it is meant to.
Yeah.
Perfect. And now moving up into the second chakra below the belly button, connecting to the angel who's here to guide us and help us with any energy related to our emotions, our relationships to this chakra.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, if there's any messages that our angels would like to give us, they can come through at this moment as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And moving up into the third chakra, right below the rib cage, yellow in color. And connecting to the angel who guides us through all the energy here that affects our self-esteem, our self-perception, our self-worth.
God.
And giving space for them to communicate with us.
God. 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 Yeah.
And then moving up into our heart. And allowing the angel connected to our love and compassion.
Yeah.
Our joy and our wonderment.
God. 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 God.
And then moving into our throat. And connecting to the beautiful blue orb there. It's all about our self-expression, our communication with others.
God. Yeah. God.
Then moving into our third eye, into the middle of our forehead. And connecting to the angel who helps us with our perception, how we see ourselves, how we see others, how we take action.
God. God.
And at the top of the head, connecting at our crown with any angel that helps us on our spiritual connection, our divine purpose.
God. Yeah.
And we're just going to take a moment and invite in any other angels that would like to connect with us. Maybe our guardian angel or an angel that guides us on our spiritual mission.
Yeah.
Maybe one who is here to help you play and create joy.
God.
And if they have any further messages or ways that they want to communicate with us, maybe through music, through numbers, through animals, through repeated phrases, or in our dream time.
God,
Maybe through automatic writing.
yeah,
We're just going to ask our angels to give us a sign that they have been working with us so that we see it and we know it and we come to understand it. So maybe it's seeing a feather or a penny or seeing an actual angel decoration. Now we're going to invite all the energy that we don't need for ourselves to go down into the earth, to be composted and used for healing for others and for the earth itself.
God, yeah,
And just begin to bring yourself back into this moment, back into the now. You might want to stretch or yawn or wiggle your fingers or toes. Take a couple of deep breaths and blow the energy out. Welcome, Tammy. I just saw your post. Glad you're finally able to make it today. So, how you doing? The angels can be a little powerful to experience, but it's just such a lovely connection, I think. I find working with the angels to be very soft, if that makes sense. So when we are having the angels and the angelic realm connect, for me, it releases a lot of the density, a lot of the weight that sort of is on your shoulders. And it gives me, in particular, it gives me more room to breathe. So Barbie says, sorry I'm late. I was out feeding the birds. That's my meditation time. Absolutely. That's a lovely way to connect. And Shelly says, beautiful. My body is buzzing. Yeah, they can be, there's a lot of energy I find with them. And Robin says, love to have them connect on such a personal level. I know, for me, this is one of those like heart opening. It makes me all mushy. It's like, oh, there they are. Thank you for showing up again. And I'm sorry I forgot to connect to you sooner. So I'd be curious to see if anybody had a particular angel or two that they experienced, or whether they felt, any messages come through, or whether your team made it clear how they were going to communicate. So for me, there was this beautiful white bird that came through, and it was just really soft. I'm not sure that it was an actual bird, because it was as white as, a peace dove, but, bigger, almost like an eagle, but it was so white, so crisp and white. It just sort of flew through, and it made me feel like I was being watched over, like the bird was watching over me. And for me, they were clear about a lot of the connecting that I didn't realize so much was coming through writing. I knew I was connecting to all my spiritual team, but I didn't realize how much the angelic realm was connected to my writing as well. So that was a nice piece for me. There's all these hearts floating on the comments, so I love that. So let me know if you had a particular experience that you would like to share. The angels really like ritual. They love when you set aside time for them. They love when you ask specifically for help with things. Lots of times when I have a huge to-do list, I ask them to help me move through my list with ease and grace, so that I don't get stressed out, that I can just manage to accomplish what needs to be done, but not feel the anxiousness that sometimes will come in when you see you've got this laundry list to do and very little time to do it. And, I connect to many different ones. And that came through for me. I don't know about for you guys. But I had a couple like, oh, I didn't realize that was who's hanging out in my second chakra. And it's like, oh, then when I know I have second chakra things, I'm going to call on this person, this angel. So, for me, Chamuel was in my second chakra, and I wasn't aware of that. So, there have been times when second chakra issues are up for me, and it's lovely to know that I can reach out and ask Chamuel to help me move through this energy more easily, because that's what they're here for. They're here to help us with our mission. They're like our staff, and not in a bad way, not in a like you're demanding they do something kind of way, but in oh, thank you for helping me. Could you help me with this, because I could use an extra set of hands. And I know when the angels have been at work, because I have some bells that go off outside. They sound like wind chimes, or loud wind chimes. But there are no wind chimes for it to be. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but they go off. So when the wind chimes go off, then I know the angels are excited, they're here, and they're helping. So don't be afraid to ask. That's what keeps coming through, like stop being so afraid of asking for help from them. You're not taking away help from someone else. That's the biggest fear that I run into with clients, that I, say, call on, Archangel Michael to help you feel strong enough to tackle that situation. and they'll say, I don't want to take him away from somebody who really needs him. And it's like, there's not just one energetically. Archangel Michael can be with every single person on the planet at the same time. And it doesn't deplete his energy, and it doesn't deplete what you can receive or anyone else can receive. That's our limited human notion of energy. So you can call on them all the time, and they will show up all the time. And, like I said, I ask for them to guide me. I ask for things to happen with ease and grace. I ask for them to put joy in my path. I ask for help finding helpers. Please help me find the perfect person to help me with this project or this thing that I need done. And I let them. And it's beautiful when that occurs. I'm sorry, I'm having like these hesitations, but I'm getting quite a bit of information and trying to figure out what's for me and and what's for you. So the biggest thing that I guess that keeps coming up is create a ritual with your angels and your spiritual team. If you don't want to differentiate, at least do that. But the angelic realm really, really loves the sacred rituals. So lighting a candle, setting an intention in a particular way, offering a prayer, whatever feels right for you. Maybe it's putting on particular oils. One of the things that happened recently in the past year is that I downloaded recipes that connect you to particular angels. So the Archangel Michael blend is to help open your connection to Archangel Michael. So literally the moment you put it on, you're asking him to be present with you. And he is. Like, actually, as soon as you pick up the bottle, you could just smell it. And that energy would be activated. And I didn't know how powerful those were going to be, and I did not know how much people needed them. So the sacred spiritual blends are reminding you how to connect to your spiritual team, which is a really cool thing, because whenever we feel like we're all alone and we're overwhelmed because there's so much we need to do all on our, I don't have any help. Yeah, you do. And when the angels get involved and when your spiritual team gets involved, time stretches and somehow you get everything done with time to spare. And it happens just effortlessly. And here we are going into the holiday season when things can feel really hectic and really beyond our control. And when we call in the angels to help us with that, they're so excited to clear the way for you and to allow you to connect to others in a deeper and more spiritual way. And so they don't want us busy on our to-do list. They want us to have time to connect to ourselves and to them and to others. So they help by releasing that energy for us. I think it's pretty cool. So for me, one of my sacred rituals is to use one of my oils, which is available on trinityhealingsanctuaries.com. And I know Neshi has stepped out, but if somebody else could type that in, I'd really appreciate it, because me typing right now is not really going to happen very easily. Not in that brain. But it's trinityhealingsanctuaries.com, and that's where my spiritual blends are located, in case you want to use those to connect. There is a straight meditation blend, which allows you to connect to your whole team. But for the angels in particular, there's Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Metatron at this moment. And there are also ways to connect to some of the goddesses and the gods. And we have some new ones, one to connect specifically to your inner child and your inner warrior. And they're really helpful for teaching your energy body how to open communication. It's not the oil that has the oil blend has the vibrational frequency that you're trying to connect with. And so it's teaching your energy body how to do that. So using the oil to help teach your body how to connect on that frequency is what it's for. So yeah, that's basically what I'm getting for you guys today. So reminding you that coming up later today at 3 o'clock is the live card draw with Neshi on the Star Nations fan page. And then later this evening at 8 p.m. is her show, Communications from Home, which is great. There's so many wonderful things that are on there. I usually catch it in the archives because I am often with a client till that time, but I really love catching up that way. And then you can join me tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Times for Soul Connections. And I will be doing a full clearing to help you guys with whatever you want to move in your life. It's my mission to heal the healers. So whatever you need to work on and you need to work through, we do that in the meditation. And then after, I pull cards with divine messages, and I pull cards until every single person who asks for one live gets one. And then I do my best to respond to people who want them after the fact. And I know there's times that I can't get to it because I have a really intense teaching schedule right now. But if you want a message, a live message, then check out my show tomorrow at 7, Soul Connections. Those of you who are in Western Massachusetts, or not far away, we are going to be celebrating the winter solstice with the full moon on Friday, December 21st, because the full moon and the solstice fall back to back. So we're combining them and celebrating both on the same day from 6 to 8 p.m. And we do a little potluck dinner as well as a healer share. And it's such a lovely way to bring the community healing together and to help people through the holiday season. And you get to set your intentions for the next season. So what would you like to bring into your life in the new year? And we set that intention in our sacred fire. So I'm looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night on Sacred Sessions. Oh, isn't that interesting? On Soul Connections with Polly Jo LeBay. And with that, guys, I hope you have a lovely holiday season, and I will see you next time. Bye.